Welcome back. This is Tattimusprime, back with another Transformers review. Today we're going to be taking a little step back in time. The Transformer I'm going to be doing today is the second Transformer that I purchased and started collecting as an adult. My first was Classic Starscream, and then I picked up the Classics. I think they called him Hot Rodimus back then. But this is the, I believe it's the Space Battle. It was like a box set that came with Cyclonus. And they are more cartoon accurate colored. So and I really like this one a lot better as far as that goes. But yeah, so I'm kind of doing a redo, kind of. I mean, it's the same mold. This was like my 5th review that I ever did. So we're going back in time here. It brings back some memories, that's for damn sure. So I'm going to adjust the camera here so you guys can see him, because he's the star of this show. Okay, we have his car mode, which is beautiful. I like the gray wheels. The Classics that I had didn't have the gray wheels. It had the black with the chrome. The color is just totally different on this. The color of the spoiler is more of a bright yellow. The blue on the windows is paint this time. Gives it that more of a cell shaded look. The one thing that I don't like about this particular paint scheme is it's really, really, really difficult to make out the flames. It's like they used 2 different kinds of yellow. And man, you can barely fucking see that shit. Come on, focus on it. Stay there. Man, that's really hard to make out. Yeah. It's not going to show for shit. I mean, I can barely see it with my bare eyes. It's that bad. But other than that, the flames on it, everything else is very cartoon accurate. Mine is in excellent condition, except for the one spot here. It's got a little, like a nick. Right there. Little indent there. Nothing major, nothing minor. I'm not getting excited. I'm trying to think back of the differences between this and the one that I owned before. The rub symbol is in a different position. This is the position that the Autobot symbol was on the cartoon. If I remember correctly, on the Classics that I had, it was on the roof here. The motor, everything is backwards here. I'm still getting used to this new setup. The motor is solid silver, and on the Classics that I had, I recall there being some black in the middle there. I wish I still had him or had another copy to compare, but I think I'll just put a link in the description below to that video if you really want a cringe-worthy fucking video to watch. Oh God, it's horrible. The video quality is total shit, and I was just starting out. But he looks really, really good. I mean, the exhausts look really nice. The rear end looks pretty good. I do like the gray. It's coming off almost a black. I guess no, I guess not. Well, kind of. It's a gray. and the red taillights really stand out. Of course, you have the what turns into the gun, but in this case right now it's the booster, like a rocket booster. As far as undercarriage kibble, no, not much at all. It looks really good. I mean, you don't look at that, flip it over automatically and go, oh, there's the robot. Other than the gun. Right there. And it does come with this, which I recall the original, it had translucent purple. And that's the way the windows were on the car also. They put this stupid fucking bulb on the end of it for child safety, which is fucking stupid. Like that's going to help any. But I never liked it then. I really don't like it now. It's just gaudy, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I did my own custom flame job on it, paint job, since I have a little bit of a background in mini painting and shit, I can do a decent flame. Well, I mean, it's got really good detail. It's just all one color. Come on, focus. Not on me. Focus on that. There we go. So, I mean, you can see the detail on it is really good. It's just all one solid blue. Which I still like better than the purple. Purple made no sense to me. And then you can, of course, plug it in the back. And it gives him that turbo boost look. So, I mean, I can't even think of one Transformer that I actually display in their alt mode. So, this piece just kind of gets put in the bag. Because I don't like, you'll see why I don't like it in robot mode on his gun. And I found out after all these fucking years, I've been mistransforming this guy. And there it went. Son of a bitch. Anyhow, I'll pick it up when I'm ready. Yeah, this whole time, I never noticed that I was mistransforming him. I was leaving out one step, and I just realized it today. I was dicking with him before the commercial. Jesus Christ. The video. And, but yeah, going back to this guy. When I first got him, me and the family, the kids, the ex, we went to Walmart. And after getting Starscream, I found Hot Rod. They were calling him Hot Rodimus back then, which I thought was pretty fucking stupid. I didn't understand it, but I was just getting into collecting as an adult at that point. And we went out to eat to a steakhouse afterwards. And I took it inside the restaurant with me. And all the kids were doing their little coloring books and all that shit. You know, they give you the little placemat that the kids can color on. And I was sitting there playing with this, well, the other version, the color. I was sitting there just transforming him, playing with him, waiting for the food, talking to the ex. Okay, now I'm going to show you the part that after all these fucking years, realized that I've been mistransforming. I didn't realize this at first, but you can slide the torso forward. Just, it doesn't go a lot, but just enough to make him look better and make him more stable. I never noticed that in the 10 years that I own this fucker. And now he does have the rub symbol, and it does work. It looks like it's warming up now, so maybe I can show it off. I tried right before the video and it wouldn't. Yeah, it's warmed up now. Let's see if you guys can see that, probably. Yeah, I'm really digging this, having a better camera. And it actually goes from, you know, the black to the green to the purple, the blue, the red, the yellow. Whereas on my reissue that I have, which I don't have with me on to do a comparison. I've never been really one to do comparisons, but when I do my Power of the Primes, Hot Rodimus, Evolutions, whatever, I'll pull out all my hot rods that I have at that time, and I'll show them off and show the differences between them. And now I need to fish out that fucking weapon. So, excuse me for a second. Okay. And there he is. Classics. I think it's Space Battle or yeah, Space Battle, I think. Hot Rod. I'm just going to call him Hot Rod. The head sculpt on it is the same. Well, with one exception. The old classics, it had light piping. This guy doesn't. I don't know why. I don't know why they changed that. I don't know why they got rid of it. But he's got a really good head sculpt. I mean, there's a lot of detail there. His eyes look really cool. They're painted really, a really nice blue. And he's got the red, more like Tattimusprime on the sides. He does not have tilt, but he does have rotation on the head. You can see his ear there. The detail that they put in there. And that's a different paint scheme than... So they basically repainted his head except for the mouth area. I believe that's the same. But it's a really good head sculpt. Little bit of paint chrome missing from there. But I think I'm going to get a Maltau chrome marker and go over all the silver that I think should be chrome and chrome him up. Just a minor modification just to make him look even better than what he does, because this is a really good looking figure. He does have the gray feet and the gray shins, and those were black on the old classics that I had, which look pretty good. And the waist, they repainted the waist different too, along with the shoulders. Articulation, he's got 360. He does have elbow bend. The wrist only goes in and out due to transformation. He does have what they called the communicator on this side, tucked in there. If I can get it out. If I can get it out. I just cut my damn nails. So. And like I said in the old video, that was the saw that he used to cut cup free from the robotic octopus or squid or whatever the fuck it was. But there's some detail on it. Not bad. The repro labels, like I said back there, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but this one just looks so much better. The repro labels is a chrome saw blade, so when I do get the Maltile, I'm not sure how you say that, marker, I want to chrome that as well, just to make it look more like a saw blade. We'll tuck that back. Pull his hand back out. Legs. Okay. You can pull these out, his doors, out a little bit. There on his legs, if you want like a samurai look. Excuse me. I kind of like to keep them tucked in a bit, but in order to get the knee bend, they have to come out a little bit. But he gets a little bit of a, doesn't get the full 90, I don't think. No, that's about it. But this is classics. This is 10 years old, so I'm not complaining. I was really happy with the articulation that we had in the classics line at the time, because I was used to G1 and just getting back into Transformers, because last time I'd seen anything from Transformers when I was walking through the toy aisle was Beast Wars, and we know how I feel about those. I was like, what the fuck did they do with, they killed Transformers? It was a sad day. It was like watching the Prime getting killed in the 86 movie all over again, but for a whole franchise for me at that time. But yeah, this guy looks really good. He's holding his own. I mean, when you compare him, I honestly, if you want my opinion, which I'm going to give it to you whether you vote on it or not, so this looks better to me than the Titans Returns. I do not like that you cannot see his spoiler, and you can see his spoiler on this one, which is a very good thing. The Titans Return car mode, the alt mode, looks really good. But as far as the robot mode, even though you do get these jacked, big gaping elbow holes there, but they're still doing that. They did that shit in the Combiner Wars. I've seen reviews of the cars and other Transformers from that line where they have the big gaping fucking holes in the elbows. They didn't fix that, which I think is kind of shitty, but I'm not going to complain about the classics because, you know, this was 10 years ago. Now, you can take this, which is the gun, when he's in his robot mode. Put it in his hand. He never used, I don't remember him ever using a gun. I really don't. I know the toys back in 86, 87, they came with the guns. But he always used the exhausts on his arms right here to do his shooting with. And then you can plug this atrocious thing in here. And it goes pow and shoots. Mine, the spring is very good. That little thing there, that little nubbin, that's not going to fucking stop you from going ow if it fucking hits you in the eye. So, see if I can stop it from fucking going across the room. probably just peter out and drop right in front of him. No, it's got some power behind it. I don't like it. It's almost as long as he is when it's plugged in. It just doesn't look good to me. So I don't even use a gun. I just leave the two pieces. I just popped his shoulder out. Oh my gosh. That's the first time I've done that. His hands are tight. It's got good grip. Good grip. But yeah, there really isn't a whole lot more to say about this guy. I am really glad to have him back in my collection and have this color variation. Along with the Cyclonus, I have that too, the box set. Wolfgang was very generous and donated these guys to me. And I love them. It brings back so many fucking memories. Some good, some not so good at that time. But we all go through our own shit. But that's what Transformers do for me. They're memories. And this guy, I remember everything that I did after buying him. With right down to the detail. Going to the restaurant and playing with him in there. It was really funny watching the looks that I got, but I didn't give a fuck. I never cared when I went in and bought the toys. Everybody always asks, "Oh, don't you feel stupid sitting there buying toys?" I'm like, well, for one, I got kids. I could pawn it off and say that I'm buying it for them, but no, I'm proud of my collection. I'm proud of, my Transformers and stuff, so I didn't care. Yeah, if you don't have this guy, I don't know what he's going for nowadays, but if you can find him for a reasonable price, I would definitely pick him up, especially if you have the Titans Returns. I think you'll like this better. I'm not sure about the arms on the Titan Returns. I don't have it, but the color scheme and the flame job, though, I wish they would have. I just can't even get it to show up on camera. It's such a light variant between the two, you can barely see it. But he is an awesome, awesome looking Transformer. They kept the yellow right here. I mean, they did a really good job for 10 years ago. It's held up, and you don't get that very often. Back kibble, yeah, you got some back kibble. It's not Beast Wars bad. There's some modern, well, I wouldn't say modern because the Siege line is very good. I really enjoy it. But the Powers of the Prime, there's some kibble on some of the figures, and I'll get to those when I get to them. I'll point out. There's a difference between backpack and kibble. You see the screws in the back of his legs. The only hollow bits he really has are where the heel spurs and the feet fold up, which isn't bad. But who fucking turns their Transformers that way anyways? He is posable. You can get some decent stances out of him. So yeah, I've kind of rambled on more than I've reviewed. So I think that'll be about it for this Transformers review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was definitely fun going back in time and revisiting some good memories. I feel bad for the people that when they look at their collection, they don't get that rush of memories back, of no connection to their collection. That's what I'm going to call it. Lack of connection to the collection. And I have that, especially now, this whole collection, because every one of my pieces are donated and they all have a story behind them. Whereas before I was just buying them just to review and try and keep up with the Joneses, which was a mistake back then, but I didn't really have a choice. If I wanted to stay doing reviews, I had to keep buying Transformers. Excuse me. Alright, well, this has been Tattimusprime with a sort of redo on a Transformer that should have only took 5 minutes to review. And of course I rambled on for half hour again. I just can't seem to get a video under 5 minutes or 30 minutes anymore. I don't know how in the fuck well, back in the day we did 2-parters. So, alright, this has been Tattimusprime. Until next time, rock the fuck on.